What is going on, Washington football fans? Another video coming at you from the Washington Football Report. This is JD. Let's dive into this. So it is May 19th, 2021, and a lot has happened. I don't think I posted the last video I actually made. I think I made it. I've had pneumonia the last couple weeks, last 2 weeks. I didn't know it was pneumonia until this Monday. A lot of people thought it was COVID, but it's actually just pneumonia, and I felt very weak and very tired, and it was hard to do a video without coughing immensely, hacking up a lung. So if you haven't seen a video from me in a while, that's why. It has nothing to do with not making content. It's just I've been sick, and with a baby and my work schedule, I don't get a lot of free time to make videos anymore. I usually do that while I'm driving home, which is what I'm doing right now. So if you're curious as to why I haven't been putting out any videos lately, that is why. It's not through neglect or not wanting to do it. It's just it's very difficult right now with a child, my new work schedule, and having pneumonia made it very difficult to do videos in the time frame I like to do videos when I drive to or from work. So with that being said, there's a lot of things that have happened. Washington has signed Charles Leno, offensive tackle, played for the Bears. We also signed Bobby McCain. That was in the last video. I did not post. I forgot to post it. It's okay. I'll just talk about it now. Bobby McCain's a big pickup because, he adds to our secondary. He's a nickel back. I don't think he will start. I think he will play as a nickel only. They may start him if he's just showing that he's better than everyone else and he can do the other things that other people were just as good at. If he can do them just as well and not have to create a lot of movements, he'll be good with that. And then Leno is a bona fide starter. He's probably brought in the start left tackle, and we thought it was going to be left tackle and then bring him in to do left tackle, and then there'd be competition with him and Cornelius Lucas, and then Samuel Cosmi's going to sit for a year. But Washington has given Morgan Moses the right to basically seek a trade and get traded out of Washington, or else he's probably going to get cut. I wanted this done years ago. I think it's a bad time to cut Morgan Moses a year after he's had right after he's had probably his best year. Don't get me wrong, if you've listened to any of my videos before, I have my qualms with Morgan Moses. It is definitely something that I have. I have my issues with him, but last year I had less of my issues with him for sure, and I think he actually played really well, and I think he was a solid player. But I think Washington is just really trying to get rid of the last little bit of, well, first off, he's going to save $8 million, so he's not going to cost as much. It's not going to cost as much. And also, I think they want to put in players they think will just going to be either a long-term solution, or I think will just play better and be long-term and get long-term solution in the future. It's really him and Brandon Sheriff are kind of the last. I guess Chase Roulier is part of the Jay Gruden era, isn't he? So I don't know the reasoning behind this. Morgan Moses. Maybe they're just trying to get their starter acclimated, or maybe they feel Cornelius Lucas would do better at the right tackle and Charles Leno be left tackle, and they're gonna have Sadiq Charles and who's the other one? Samuel Cosmi compete for that spot. That's the only thing I can think of. Compete for those spots, and those two are the future left and right tackles. I would assume that's what it is. I think Sadiq Charles is, they might also like him at guard. I know they got Eric Flowers. He's going to play left guard for a while, but he might eventually move to right guard, and I don't know. We'll see. But, of all the positions right now that move on and trade somebody, that's actually not the worst option right now, because Washington has so many decent offensive linemen. They have good depth that trading away Morgan Moses isn't the end of the world. And if they'd have done it years ago like I wanted to, get rid of him, I don't know, maybe we got a little something better for him, but I get it. It makes sense to me. I'm not too upset about it. I'm questioning why you do that a year after he had one of his best years. Maybe he has more trade value now. That might be possible. And then also news-wise, and I'm going to tap the screen so nothing locks up on me. News-wise, Washington great Ryan Kerrigan signed with the Eagles. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not thrilled about this, but the guy's got to pay bills. He's got to make money, and I'm not going to tell someone they can't make money. I mean, I'm not happy that he went to the Eagles. I'll probably cheer for him individually, for him to have success. I hope he loses every game, but I hope he has 5 sacks per game, except against us. So that's the way I feel about it. The guy's got to make money, and I think a lot of his family may be established here, so Philly's not that far away from D.C. It's about a 2.5-hour drive, maybe 3, depending on traffic. So I take I-95 the whole way, and he can get there, no problem. So I don't think. Here's the thing. I'm just gonna be bluntly honest. I get so effing frustrated, whatever we call it, when I listen to the Junkies. I can't stand them sometimes, because they're sitting there talking about how he was a mediocre player and how he's an okay player. I'm like, you're kidding me. Of all the BS that Washington has been through the last decade, prior to Ron Rivera being there, on certain teams, owner interference on teams, all this stuff, all this garbage that has happened with this team, Ryan Kerrigan stayed through all of it, and Ryan Kerrigan also played out of position. He was like, they were talking about like his numbers and how Dexter Mann was way better, and he might be way better. I don't know Dexter Mann enough to know whether he was better or worse or whatever. But you got to understand, Ryan Kerrigan was a defensive end. They had playing at outside linebacker, a 4-3 defensive end. A 4-3 defensive end. They had playing at linebacker in a 3-4. And he still broke the all-time sack record in Washington in 10 years. In 10 years, he broke the all-time, and he was playing outside linebacker. He was not a hand-in-the-dirt defensive end like, if they played him like Chase Young plays, probably would have gotten, he'd have over 100 easily. I think that's an understatement, that he would have over 100 sacks easily at this point in his career. But the fact that he had horrible ownership, I'll say horrible coaching. He had horrible coaching. Like right before they drafted him, they switched to a 3-4 instead of a 4-3. And that, I mean, you're pairing that also with signing Albert Haynesworth and playing Albert Haynesworth at a 3-4 when he's a 4-3 nose tackle. It doesn't make any damn sense. It doesn't. It really freaking frustrates me how badly the team is run. And then we have a player like Kerrigan, who came in. He was a fantastic player. Actually, him and Brian Orakpo, I think, were drafted in the same year, or like back-to-back years, very close to it. And Kerrigan came in out of position and still broke our all-time sack record. If he'd have been in the right position the whole time, and he can't say he wasn't durable. He was durable the entire time he was here. He'd easily broken the sack record. And I think it's stupid, and it's stupid that they even question his ability. I really do think that it's very stupid. Now, I'm all for moving on from a player. I'm going to say this. I'm very cold to players. I'm a fan of the team more than I am a fan of the players on the team. Okay, players come and go. Chase Young is great. Montez Sweat great. Someday, they either may move on to another team, or they're going to retire and not be a part of the Washington football team, and then new players will come in. So I'm more of a fan of the team than I am the players on the team. But don't get it twisted. Good players like Kerrigan, good character guys, you can't replace that. And I'm very cold to the fact that players got to move on, whether it's to make more money, or whether it's they need to get a better opportunity for them, whatever the case may be. Right now, I work for Xfinity. I worked for AT&T. Xfinity offered me more money. They were closer to my house, and there's another store that might be like even closer to my house that might be available to me very soon. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take that opportunity. It's more money. It's close to my house. I just had a child. And there's more longevity because it's because of the type of company it is. And there's also room to move up. There's no room to move up where I was. So there's all these things that you got to factor into someone. And a lot of fans are being, I'm going to say it, petty assholes about the entire situation, about a player moving on, a player taking advantage of a situation that, or just moving on to another team. We don't know if Washington even offered him anything to come back. We don't know that. For all we know, Ron just like, you know what? I like you. You're a good player, but we're moving on from you. We don't want you on the team. It's nothing personal. It's just we're moving on with younger players while we can. We have the opportunity. We're moving on. That very simple. And Ryan Kerrigan wants to make more money. If he's a player who can still have value to a team, people are going to pay him millions of dollars to play 17 football games this year. Okay? And he has the ability to do that. And like I said, other than the 2 games he plays us, I hope he has ultimate success. Hope he has great success, and I hope he thrives. I really do. I hope he gets over 100 sacks. I really do. I hope he gets over 100. I hope he gets into like the 120s or whatever. Hope he gets his opportunity to shine. But ultimately, the fact that people are like upset that he went to a division rival or whatever you want to call it is really upsetting to me. Like, come on. Don't be stupid. I understand it's a rival. Okay? I understand it's a rival. But the guy's got to make money. He's got to, pay for bills. You don't know his bills. You don't know his life situations. And hell, even if he has enough money, even if he's made like $100 million in his contract and he has $30 million in the bank, like just in savings or whatever, it's his life. It's his choice. Okay? It's not like the Bryce Harper thing. Bryce Harper was worse, right? Bryce Harper took the best available money in a division rival, maxed out contract. It wasn't like he was just a role player. He was a maxed out contract just to rub it in people's face. Wearing Eagles stuff everywhere just to rub it in Washington's face. That was completely different, Bryce Harper situation. This is not like that. Ryan Kerrigan's like near the end of he's kind of downward swing of his career. Washington just, either didn't have the spot for him and didn't want to cut him and embarrass him, or they didn't have the money to sign him. Whatever the case, I don't think he had the money. They probably do, but whatever the case may be, Ryan wanted to go there, and I don't know how much he's making with the Eagles. For all we know, they're paying him, top of the market for what he can do. And like I said, I'm of the understanding, more power to him. I just hope he doesn't have a single sack against us or a single tackle against us. Other than that, 15 games of the year, I hope Ryan Kerrigan gets 5 sacks a game, and the Eagles lose every one of those games. But I mean, that's really the newest Washington football team news. I'm going to tell you what, I'm so excited about like the football season coming up. I see all these videos on YouTube about how they're talking about the Cowboys and they're talking about the Giants. I'm going to make something very clear. Washington's coming to play. And you have a quarterback in Fitzpatrick that a lot of people are sleeping on. Fitzpatrick has had a better completion than Tom Brady, has had a higher passer rating than, I think it was a higher QBR. That's what a higher QBR than, what's his name? Deshaun Watson. And I don't know who the other quarterback is. I think it was Josh. He has more touchdown passes than some other quarterback. I don't remember who it is. But the guy's going to come and play. He's going to show up and play. He's going to get it done. He's going to knock it out of the park. I don't think he's a long-term solution, but he is a solution this year, and I think he added legitimacy, someone that can play, and he's not going to be upset if something happens and he has a bad game or two and they have to go to Taylor Heineke. I think that's what why Ron hired him, signed him on. He's a professional by every stretch of the word, and he'll play professionally. So, yeah, that's the video. I'm not going to stretch it out anymore. We're going 14 minutes, 15 minutes talking about Ryan Kerrigan and like basically 4 topics: signing 2 guys and trading one, and then letting another guy go in free agency and sign with someone else. So that's my video. I want to thank you all for watching or listening, whichever way you do this. This is JD. This is Washington Football Report. Hail to the Redskins, and see ya.